I get started, I want to give all praises to Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Harakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles who rule and teach well, teaching in the name Yahweh Shema Shah, and pushing that RFID chip, that microchip, and that Neuralink is the mark of the beast. All right, and the shalom to the men that's doing that as well throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, and the shalom to the Hof elect that's scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, listening to the prophets of the Lord and preparing. All right, and about to get started, but it's Salaki on my camera stand is half broke, but that's why it's facing down, but it's half broke. But other than that, let's get started. All right, so we're gonna go over scriptures. All right, going into these miracles slash supernatural abilities. All right, that the Lord have bestowed on the men that's in the scriptures. On Yahawah Shah, whom the world ignorant calls Jesus Christ. All right, on Samson. We're going to get a lot of examples. Well, it's not a lot, but we're going to get examples on, and even the promises and the things that the Lord said that He was going to do for His elect, even in the future. All right, He's going to endow His men with those new bodies. All right, and that supernatural ability. All right, or in another sense, those miracles. We're going to be able to do those miracles in these last days. All right. All right. So I'm gonna just start off with this one because it's right here. This Isaiah 40 and 31. It says what? But they that wait upon the Lord, Yahawah, shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. And that was Isaiah 40 and 31. All right, and that's the process that we're in. We're waiting on the Lord. That's that process that we're in. We're waiting on the Lord. All right. So we're staying faithful to Yahweh Shema Shah, doing these works, showing our faith by our works, all right? Studying, putting up videos, keeping the commandments, praying, fasting, So all of this is ultimately for salvation. We want to be saved. We want to be delivered in these perilous times to come, in these end times, apocalyptic events that's going to happen in the near future. We want the Lord to save us and hide us from all of that. All right. All right. And guess what? Some of the men, some of the men of the Lord, in these last days, the Lord is going to give them the ability to perform miracles. All right. Or in another sense, give them supernatural ability, whether it's to heal another elect member of Yahweh Shah, all right, of the church, of the body of Yahweh Shah, all right, or some other supernatural ability, to defeat some troops, army, and such things like that. All right, because the reason why I say that, let's go to 2nd Ezra. This 2nd Ezra 16 and 70. This 2nd Ezra chapter 16 verse 70, and it reads, "For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord." All right, so that's coming. The time coming to where, all right, this devil, all right, the so-called white man, all right, he's going to hunt down, the men of the Lord. They're already labeling, these, any religion as like hate speech and a crime and terrorists, So the time coming to where they're going to be hunting us down, for teaching the truth of the scriptures or the Bible, all right? So it says what? They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Yeah, so, some of us may have to go through this, you know. But guess what? The Lord will deliver you in that time. Unless it's your time to go to, a concentration camp, and be a martyr for the truth, for the truth of the scriptures, be a martyr and a witness. That'll be your testimony for Yahawah Shema Shah, being a martyr, So we don't through all of this, through going through those perilous times, Jacob's trouble, all right. And some of us been thrown in these prisons and concentration camps, all right, being brought before governors and high officials. We remain strong and keep our trust in Yahawah Shema Shah, no matter what we go through. All right. But like I say, the Lord will have favor, on us in those days. All right. The Lord is going to protect us. The Lord is going to protect us in, different ways and fashions. Like I said, some men might get the ability, to shoot fire out of their hands, or to fly, all type of stuff, super strength, super speed, So these are things, and we're going to get accounts in the scriptures to where miracles, aka supernatural ability, was given to the servants, the men of the Lord, the people that trusted in the Lord. All right, so we're going to get those accounts. So we see how dangerous, and that's what 2 Ezra 13 chapter gets into. We're going to be in danger, so to speak, but the Lord is going to protect us through it all. All right. So I'm gonna jump. Let me finish this off. 2 Ezra 16 and 72. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand. And that's what we saying. The days of trouble are at hand. All right? It's about to be a blackout. All right? It's about to be a famine. It's about to be great. It's about to be civil unrest. Civil war on the streets. All right? It's about to be a sedition between the government and its citizens. All right? It's about to be war. Like, it's about to be war on Babylon the Great American soil. All right? So, Babylon the Great going to be divided. This place is divided. If you can't see, Babylon the Great America is divided. Its government is divided. Its people is divided. Its everything is divided. Its religion is divided. All right? So this place is about to have so much war and chaos just in the inside. And guess what? Babylon the Great America has been attacked from these other countries as well. All right? Cyber attacks, all type of shit. So World War III is definitely coming for this place. All right? Babylon the Great America. So second Ezra 16 and 74. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. All right? So that's one of the ways the Lord will deliver you. All right? So you just got to, that's how strong your faith got to be. All right? And we about to get, and that's ultimately how we draw our power from the Lord. Depends on how much faith you got in the Lord. All right? And we're going to get into that. So it says, 75. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahawah is your guide. and the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, saith the Lord Yahawah. Let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves. All right? So, once again, all right, you got to have faith in Yahawah Shema Shah, and you have to keep his laws, statutes, and commandments and precepts. All right? That's the work. You putting in the work. All right? You showing your faith by your works. All right? So the Lord made his promise. You know, we know the Lord is going to hold up his side of the bargain. All right? We just got to hold up our side of the bargain. You know? And we got to remain soldiers, spiritual soldiers, through this war, through the spiritual war that we're about to enter into, and that we're going through every day. All right? You know, because the things that you go through every day, it can take you, take you out of the truth. All right? Or try to. You know, it's trying to take you out of the truth, so in these 2/3, they try to get a arouse out of you. You know, people want to see you act like 2/3 want to see you act like them. You know, because they hate the light. You know, the light that is in us is not of us. It's the Lord that is in us. Like the scriptures say, the spirit of I'm gonna read it verbatim, quote it verbatim. The Spirit of God dwelleth in us. All right. You know, so they try to, people that's not, especially our people, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, who mostly, let's say, they're Christians and other religious denominations. You know, they always try to find fault in the true men of the Lord, the true men and women and children of the Lord. All right. You know, so you got to understand everything you're going to be going through in your life is trying to take you off that straight and narrow path. All right. So verse 77. Woe, it say, woe be unto them that are bound with their sins, and covered with their iniquities, like as a field is covered over with bushes, and the path thereof covered with thorns, that no man may travel through. It is left undressed and is cast into the fire to be consumed therewith. Right. So don't let your don't let your mind play tricks on you. Don't let your sins weigh you down. You know, you may be sad or depressed, or whatever emotion that you're going through that's pulling you down, all right, and making you think that you're not worthy, to be saved, and things like that, to behold the beauty, the majesty of Yahawah Shema Shah, And guess what? The Lord wants to let me get it. I don't want to quote it. This Luke 12:32. Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. So you got to remember that Yahawah wants to give his people the kingdom. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right, your Father which is in heaven, the Most High Yahawah, he wants to give you the kingdom. All right. So don't let your don't let your mind get the best of you, so to speak, because you might be feeling down or low, and things like that, not feeling worthy or good enough, but you got to understand this is a spiritual war. All right, it's a mental war. All right, so you just got to push through. But let's get back to it. This what else gonna get? All right, this Deuteronomy 30:7. No, Jeremiah 30:7. I'm tripping. Jeremiah 30:7. Jeremiah 30:7, and it reads, Alas, For that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even a time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. All right. So these times that we coming into is great. You know, it's great, perilous times. All right. You know, it's very dangerous times that we enter into. But guess what? As long as you trust in the Lord and wait upon the Lord, Yahawah Shema Shah, He's going to save you and deliver you, you know, and hide you from these times. All right? So let's get back to it. All right? So we read Isaiah 40 and 31. I'm going to do a quick recap for, you know, new hearers. Isaiah 40 and 31. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. Meaning, all right, when you receive, you know, those new bodies, which we're about to get into as well, we're gonna branch off into that. All right, when you receive those what's the word? Those immortal bodies, all right, or another word, those extraterrestrial bodies or supernatural bodies, for lack of better words. All right, you're also going to receive those abilities to do what? Miracles or supernatural things. You're going to have supernatural abilities. All right. So these are the things that the Lord promised. These are the things the Lord promised His servants that wait upon Him. All right. So it says, I'm going to get the scriptures that I got now. Then after I get them out the way, we're going to jump into those new bodies. So this Isaiah chapter 47 and 3. And this is going into Babylon. And this is how the Lord going to visit Babylon. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. That's right. And that's what's happening to Babylon, the great America. America has been exposed for all its crimes, rape, rob, and murder, you know, and the evil plans and laws that they're passing. They're being exposed. But it says what? I will take vengeance, and I will not beat thee as a man. So the Lord is not coming. The Lord is not coming how He came during the ancient Roman Empire. You know, He came, you know, as a lamb for the house of Israel. You know, as their ultimate sacrifice to take away the sins of His people. All right, the Lord not coming like that no more. All right, this time, the second time, when the Lord come back, He's coming like a man of war. All right, He's coming to conquer. All right, and the Lord is coming in his true form. All right, His supernatural form. All right, and if you didn't know, now you know. The Lord is going to enter this atmosphere, you know, on so-called UFOs or spaceships, which the Bible calls those chariots. All right. That's how the Lord and the angels is going to come back to the planet Earth. All right? All right, so it says what? Verse 4. Isaiah 47 and 4. As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is His name, the Holy One of Israel. Right? You know? This John chapter 14 and 12. John chapter 14 and 12. Verily, 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 I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do, shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father. All right, and that's going into, you know, these times, you know. That's going into these times. All right? And you have examples in the scriptures of the disciples, you know, the disciples and the apostles of the Lord, healing people. All right. you know. So what is that? Because Christians, they're simple minded. They dumb. They don't study. They don't study the definition of words. You know, call it. They don't get into the etymology of words. You know, they don't really read the scriptures themselves. They don't. They just listen to a pastor and hand him their money. And they continue to, live a miserable life with no understanding. Because they're being lied to. They're being lied to. And then when you tell a Christian that they're being lied to, they don't want to hear it. So let me finish this off. And it reads, because what you're gonna find out, in this video, those miracles that was performed by the Lord and the servants of the Lord, all right, and the prophets of the Lord, all right, the ones that have faith in the Lord, those miracles were supernatural abilities, all right, or superpowers, for lack of a better word, all right. All right, and it's no new thing under the sun. The Lord is going to endow His men in these last days, all right, in these end times, with those same abilities, those same miracles, all right, and even greater miracles, all right, because as I'm gonna get it, as it is written, the one who you ignorant calls Jesus Christ, which that's not His name, all right, His name is Yahawah. Guess what? All the miracles He did is not even written, and the Bible tells you that. All right. But let me finish this off. John 14 and 7, John 14 and 12, all the way through, and it says, "Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father." Verse 13. "And whatsoever ye shall ask in my name, that will I do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son. If ye shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. If ye love me, keep my commandments." All right? So it's not about talk, all talk. You got to also show, that's how you show the Lord that you love Him, by keeping His laws, statutes, and commandments and precepts. All right? So now we're about to get into examples. Let me see, okay. Let me see where I want to start. Yeah, I can start right here. I'm tripping. All right, this is Judges 15 and Judges chapter 15 and 14. All right. Judges chapter 15 and 14. "And when he came unto Lehi, the Philistines shouted against him, and the Spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him." This talking about Samson. All right. "And the cords that were upon his arms became as flax that was burnt with fire, and his bands loosed from off his hands." All right. So the Lord, it says the Spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him. Right. So the Lord endowed or gave Samson, super strength. All right. To deliver himself in that time. All right. So it says what? It says what? And he found a new jawbone of an ass. An ass is a donkey. "And he found a new jawbone of an ass, and put forth his hand, and took it, and slew 1,000 men therewith." All right. So you gotta picture and imagine in your mind how strong and fast Samson was moving. To fight 1,000 men at one time, You know, that's some stuff we only see in movies, but it's written in the Bible, and we have faith that everything that happened in the Bible is true and it actually happened. All right. So it says what? And Samson said, with the jawbone of an ass, heaps upon heaps, with the jaw of an ass have I slain 1,000 men. All right. Let me see. That's good right there. That's good right there. All right. So that was Judges chapter. That was Judges chapter 15, verse 14 and verse 16. All right. So let's go to another example. You know. Because we're about to show you the power of the Lord. You know, the people of this world, they don't understand the power of the Lord. You know, they truly don't understand how powerful, you know, the creator of the heavens and the earth, all right, and the universe. They don't understand how powerful he is. All right. You know, this Numbers chapter 22 and verse 28. It says, and the Lord opened the mouth of the ass, and she said unto Balaam, what have I done unto thee, that thou hast smitten me these 3 times? All right. So that shows you how powerful the Lord is. All right. The Lord caused the ass, which is a donkey, all right, to talk, to speak, all right. Like, and you can read the whole account. It's Numbers the 22, the 22nd chapter. You can read the whole thing if you want. But you know, imagine, put yourself in Balaam's shoes. All right, say, you know, well, we can change it up a little bit, but say, you know, you got a pet dog or whatever like that, you know, or a pet cat, and the cat or the dog is not doing what you want them to do. You know, so you whooping their ass and shit like that, but you know, you whooping their ass and stuff like that, right? And then out of nowhere, your dog or your cat start talking to you. You know, like that shows you. It's nothing the Lord can't do. I repeat, it's nothing the Lord can't do. All right. All right. Because people truly don't fear. People truly don't fear God how they say. Neither do they know Him. All right. All right. So I'm gonna read it all the way through. All right. So it says, verse 29, and Balaam said unto the ass, because thou hast mocked me, I would there were a sword in mine hand, for now would I kill thee. All right. And it's in verse 30. And the ass said unto Balaam, am not I thine ass, upon which thou hast ridden ever since I was thine unto this day? Was I ever wont to do so unto thee? And he said, nay. All right. So that shows you the power of the Lord, you know. And you can read the whole account. That's Numbers the 22nd chapter. All right. And this, what I'm about to read is well, I'm not about to get the whole account. Let me see. Bear with me. Okay. I'm not gonna get that account. All right. I got the other account with Jacob wrestling with an angel. You know, but if you want to read it, that's Genesis chapter 32. Genesis chapter 32, verse 22, all the way to verse 32. All right. And I was gonna go. That was gonna take me to to Genesis 25 about Jacob. Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel. I don't have the sign with me, but you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right. The Lord made us naturally stronger than the other nations. We're naturally stronger than the other nations. All right. And not to use Esau, the so-called white man's science, but if you look it up, the so-called white man, his science say that his science say that Mexican men have the highest testosterone levels. All right, and that's another thing what our people don't understand. Esau, the so-called white man, he attacks our mind and body through what? Through our food, our diet. The so-called white man, he don't want you to have more testosterone than him. So this the type of petty, wicked shit that the so-called white man does. All right. So this John chapter 21 and 25. And there are also many other things which Yahawah did, the which, if they should be written, every one, I suppose, that even the world itself could not contain the books that should be written on. Amen. Right. So all the miracles that the Lord did, they can't even be contained, in the Bible. He did so many miracles throughout his lifetime, on the earth during that time, during the ancient Roman Empire. All right. This other miracle. Let me see how long this is. All right. Yeah, because I'm gonna close out. Yeah, I'm gonna get this one and close out. Yeah, I'm gonna get this one to close out. Because I had more scriptures to bring, but I don't want to make it too long. Because I know how my people is. They got short attention span, And you can actually see, like, it showed when you I forgot what you call it, but you can actually see like how long a person, like the average duration of your videos. Like say if you're watching a YouTuber and you click on this video and you only watch like 5 minutes of it, it like YouTube got so many calculations and shit, and there's apps you can use to actually see, the progress that you're making on your YouTube page, All right. But this gonna be the last one I'm gonna get. This Bel and the Dragon, chapter 1 and 34. Bel and the Dragon, chapter 1 and 34. But the angel of the Lord said unto Habakkuk, Go carry the dinner that thou hast into Babylon unto Daniel, who is in the lion's den. And Habakkuk said, Lord, I never saw Babylon, neither do I know where the den is. All right. Verse 36. Then the angel of the Lord took him by the crown and bear him by the hair of his head. You know, like that. And through the vehemency of his spirit, set him in Babylon over the den. All right? And it reads, so you got to pay attention and listen. And it says, and Habakkuk cried, saying, "Oh, Daniel, Daniel, take the dinner which Yahawah, why Yahawah Shah have sent thee." And Daniel said, "Thou hast remembered me, O Yahawah Ba'Shema Shah. Neither hast thou forsaken them that seek thee and love thee." So Daniel arose and did eat, and the angel of the Lord set Habakkuk in his own place again immediately. All right. So the angel of the Lord used teleportation. All right. Which is what? It's a miracle / supernatural ability. All right. So we see how the angel of the Lord used teleportation to instantly get Habakkuk in the lion's den with Daniel. All right. And then take him back to where he belonged. All right. So it's so many accounts in the Bible where supernatural ability was given to the servants of the Lord. All right, and they was able to do superhuman things. All right. So with that, I want to end it. Give all praises to Yahawah Ba'Hashem, Yahawah Shah, Ba'Hashem, Harakah Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles who rule and teach well. Honors and salutations to the Akim. And double honors to the elder apostles who rule and teach well. Teaching in the name of Yahawah Ba'Shema Shah. And teaching that the RFID chip is mark of the beast. And shalom to the men that's doing so wherever they are scattered. All right, and shalom to the whole elect that's listening and preparing. With that,